Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Baby Mama's Warning You Not to Do It. Let's get right into it.
I don't wish being a baby mom on nobody. I regret so much.
I hate being a single mom. I hate being a single mom.
Hey ladies, since some people don't like it when women without kids advise them not to become baby mamas, here are several women who are living that life and sharing the reality of it. As usual, I'll comment at the end. See you there.
Like, the postpartum, I just won't, just watch who you have a baby by. I'll never forget this. This postpartum been hell. And for him to make it so much worse, I'm not a perfect person, but I just want to be a mother to my kids.
Being a single parent is not for the weak. I have been struggling and I've been overwhelmed. I'm a 23-year-old single mom to my daughter Maddie. She's 3 years old. And I'm also the primary parent and have been for the past 3 years. Here are just a few things I've been struggling with. I make and take Maddie to all her doctor's appointments. I've never missed one. A lot of the time I get the, oh, will anybody else be joining us today? And the answer is always no. Also, Maddie doesn't have the same last name as me, so checking in, I feel a little bit of an embarrassment. With that comes decisions as well. I am the only one making decisions on Maddie's behalf. Things like what vaccine should I give her and where she should go to school. That's fully up to me. And that is super overwhelming.
To suck it the fuck up. When some days you just want to cry and it feel like you want to die, you have to somehow figure out how to get your shit together before you in front of your child. They don't talk about that. They do not. As easy as all this single parent shit looks, bro, this shit is really fucking hard when your mental is beating your fucking life type. I just want to cry so fucking bad right now, but I can't. And you literally have to pep talk yourself every fucking day and just keep going. It is literally not fucking easy being me. But every day I have to look myself in the fucking mirror and give me a fucking pep talk that I one day hope I fucking believe so I can finally feel better about my motherfucking life. I just need a fucking break. In some form of way, I am living in a prayer that I want to ask God for. And despite what I feel now, I need to be grateful for the little bit he has given to me, because he will never give me more until I show gratitude for what is in front of me. This is the life of a fucking single mom.
This is the worst part about being a single mom. When you get sick and you still have to work and your child's not in school because she's kind of sick too. This.
I'm not upset because we have to go in, but I now have to think about something for childcare, and my main problem is that I was not ready for my daughter to go to daycare or nursing, whatever you call it. I don't want her to go because I've had so much anxiety and fear about it, and as much as I'm tired and I don't like doing this every day, working from home every day, I don't want her to go. And nobody understands. They're like, well, everybody does it, Misha, everybody does it. But I don't want to. And she can't go with her dad because he's weird as fuck. I just don't want to.
But as a mom,
Yo, hold on. Woo. Whoa, this video is intense. When I seen it came across my timeline, I'm like, yo, this video sounds crazy. So I was take a look at it. I'm like, yeah, my audience is going to like this. First, I want to say shout out to everybody in Shape Squad that bought a hat. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you get your hat soon. Rock it, take a picture, and send it to me on Instagram. I appreciate it. But to get back to the subject, single moms, man. I think about single motherhood, not all the time. But when I do think about it, I say to myself, that's a self-inflicted wound. Yeah, it's a self-inflicted wound, because who told you to be so fast? Who said open up your legs like that? And these are attractive women, right? A lot of the women we just went through in the video, like that 23-year-old white girl who had a baby when she was 20 and now the baby's 3 years old, she's attractive. Like the black girl who was crying with a rag in her face, she's attractive. I don't know if I remember the other girls that I seen earlier in the video, but a lot of the girls in these videos are attractive. I'm saying that to say that it's not like they're desperate for attention. Well, maybe they were desperate for attention, but it's not like they're losers, so they took whatever they could get. These women had a lot of value, and they had a lot of potential to become wives. Not to sit around and be baby mamas, okay? But they're too fast, right? And this is why I really like God's word, because he tells people, marry before you carry, right? You would have thought like you would have thought that our ancient ancestors could not be right about today's times, but they are. They are. And this is why women were stoned to death. I'm being honest with you. They were stoned to death if they weren't virgins on their wedding day. That's how big of an offense it was, okay? Because the female body is sacred. Right? It's sacred. But how many women practice their sacrality? How many women practice sacrality to this day? Zero. None. And this is why we're here, right? So I feel for these women, but I can't help but say to myself, it's your fault. It really is.
You have to pick and choose the time you can cry because you don't want to cry in front of your kids. And then when you do cry in front of them, you get a million questions. I have to wait and hold my tears all the way till 12 o'clock at night. I can't get through it how. Like, I want to go to school. I can't go to school because I have kids. Like, everybody says it's so easy, how it's easy. I can't pay for the classes. I can't do nothing. I feel like my life is like at a fucking standstill.
My name is Felicia. I am a single mom of 3 and I work 2 part-time jobs. What I do at FedEx, and it's mainly unloading boxes or loading up boxes into the trucks that are going to deliver. And sometimes I think, like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the, physical pain and the mental health? Like, on my days off, I just want to sleep. And I've seen a couple moms that are stay-at-home moms complain about being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I feel like it's a privilege being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I wish I was a stay-at-home mom. The father of my kids doesn't want to watch the baby because she's too small still, and I completely understand. So I had to call in. And then my stepmom does have her own kids too, so I understand. And it's not like it's not my stepmom's responsibility either. Like, she's helping me because she's doing it for me and for the kids. But I just wanted to keep working both jobs until I at least got a place for me and my kids. I just wanted to rant a little bit and just let it out and talk.
Y'all can say what y'all want. I'm telling you, single moms have it the worst. Single moms have it the freaking worst. When it comes to taking care of your kid and making sure they good, you are the first point of contact. I struggle being a single mom. Y'all can put on a facade. Y'all can put on a aesthetic across it. I'm upset every chance I get. I'm upset about it. If I could take it back, I would take it back. God knows I am upset at the situation that I'm in. You prayed for this. Well, I prayed to God for a whole lot of things, and he has yet to give it to me. So why am I still stuck in this situation of being a single mom? I hate being a single mom. I hate being a single mom.
As a single mother, I want to make this clear. I'm not bitter. I'm not depressed over our situation. I am simply overstimulated. Why? Because you get to be out here doing whatever you want to do and having fun and getting your child whenever you want to. And me, I have to be the full-time parent by default.
The part of parenting or single parenting that nobody talks about is being offered jobs and you can't even accept the jobs because you don't know how you're going to get your kids to and from daycare, or who gonna watch them on the weekends if you need to work. I absolutely love my kids to death, but if I could talk to the younger me, I would tell me to wait to have kids until I know that I either am financially stable or I'm having a team behind me that can help me, because everybody needs a community.
And when you are alone doing this, it's the worst. And I'm not dealing with one, not two, but three men that fail to realize that they mama needs to work too. It hurts me because I don't ask. I don't bother. I don't tell if the kids needed diapers or if they needed shoes or if they needed socks or anything. I'm not that type of mother. Even if I didn't have food, I would go to a food pantry before I called them and asked them, hey, can you help me with food? Because you know food stamps don't always feed the kids. It hurts me to the core.
I am a single mother of a 10-year-old. Please listen to the words that are about to come out of my mouth. If you do not have children currently, keep it that way. Please make sure you know who you are having a child with. My child's father gives me the complete ick. I think to myself, why did I do this to myself? Please, ladies, save your mental health.
Kids are a blessing, of course.
I want to stop her right there. This is so fascinating to me because every woman that talked so far in this video hates their baby daddy. They're all miserable. And the worst thing about having a child in this way is that a child is supposed to be a gift from God. A gift from God. But somehow, these women turn a gift into a curse. Why, you may ask? I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you exactly why. The first mistake a lot of these women made was the decision to have sex outside of marriage. That was the first decision they made, right? Because a lot of you don't just like fall trip and become a single mom, right? A lot of them treat it like, oh, I'm the victim. No, there's a lot of steps before motherhood. Not a little bit, a lot of steps. Okay? So, because I know I'm 37 years old, I don't have kids for a reason. I don't just accidentally don't have kids. You know, it's not like my dick don't work. It works. It shoots, all right? But I don't let it shoot anywhere I want it to shoot, okay? But these women, they decide to have unprotected sex, right? They let the dude finish in them, right? Even though he wasn't married to them, right? Okay? When they found out they were pregnant, they decided to go through with the pregnancy. So you see all these steps you got to make: not be married, have unprotected sex, let the man finish you, and decide to carry the pregnancy to term. Those are just 4 decisions that happen back to back. And, you know, when I think about the word decision, I want you to really break it up. D and side, right? D and side. If you look at the Spanish word de, it's of, right? De. You know what I'm saying? El hombre de escuela. The man of the school. You know what I'm saying? De la escuela. You know, the man of the school. De, right? And then look at the word side. Side means cut. D side. So the side part means, you know, to cut yourself off of everything else. So when you make a decision, you're cutting yourself. You're saying to yourself, I am choosing to have unprotected sex compared to protected sex. I'm choosing to be with a man that I sleep with a man that I'm not married to compared to sleeping with a man that I'm married to. I decided to carry the pregnancy to term compared to not carrying the pregnancy to term. They literally cut themselves into this corner. And they're mad at the world. They're upset. But I'm glad because a lot of young women can watch this and realize that this has been a cycle going on for a long time. You know the reality of it is? It's because we don't got Christ. It's because we don't got God. If you followed the word of God, if you followed the word of Jesus, you would not be here. You would not be here. Because 1, you'd be a virgin. 2, when it's time to go into Pound Town, only your husband would be taking you to Pound Town. And 3, if he did take you to Pound Town, you know what I'm saying? You understand that it's your husband. Y'all can have kids together, right? But it's almost like no one understood this. Like no one understood that this is what happens. Everybody wants to have pleasure, have fun, excitement. And I tell some people all the time too, you know, poverty, because a lot of them are struggling because of money. Let's be honest with you, right? What's the real problem with being a single mom in their eyes is that they don't have the money, they don't have the time, right? And they're overstimulated, as they said. But you wouldn't be overstimulated. You wouldn't be without money. Okay? You wouldn't be in this scenario if you followed God. I know everyone doesn't want to do it. Everybody wants to be their own God. Everyone wants to say, well, I reject that. God said this, screw that. You become your own God. And now you got to deal with the consequences of you being your God. Now you got to deal with the consequences. You're a single mom, okay? If you follow the word, if you follow God, I want to let you know that wealth is a spiritual outcome, okay? Wealth is a spiritual outcome. And you know what poverty is? Poverty is always the outcome of evil and sin. Always, 100%. It says that in the Bible too. And y'all probably don't want to read it. But the reason why I even talk about this is because it's instructions on how to live our life to actually have success, have fulfillment, and to live a life of meaning. What the hell is a meaning to their lives? They're single moms that got to work 3 jobs. They're miserable. They're mad. They hate everybody. What is the meaning of their lives? To get up and slave. Look, there's a whole economy making money off of these people. We got the baby daycare center. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got everybody making money off of you. And you're just struggling. Everyone pulling money out of your pockets. And you're just struggling. 3, 4 jobs. And none of them pay good. All because what? That little, you see, I tell this to people all the time too. Trouble is easy to get in, hard to get out. It's easy to get in trouble, hard to get out of it. Okay? For her and all these women to get pregnant, easy. Bend them over, easy. But for them to get out this scenario they're in right now, hard to impossible. They can't. They're stuck. And that's why they're miserable. That's why they're crying themselves to sleep. That's why. So I really want all the women that watch this video, listen up, because this could be you. And if it is you, you better tell people not to do this. Okay, go find Christ, go find Jesus, and keep your legs closed.
But we have a choice on how we bring that blessing into the world. Take it from me. Me, I live it. I can make myself and blah, blah, blah. Do not, it is not fair on the child. Because a woman, you cannot be a father and a mother. And you cannot do it by yourself. Let's lay down with men who want to build a life with us. Let's lay down with men who see us as valuable women. Let's, respect ourselves a bit more as women. Why would do that to yourself? Why would that? My son would have beat up my pop. Idiot girl, what the fuck you do that for? I'm so happy I got him. But boy, it's a battle. I can't have a bad day. I can't have a sad day. I can't have a depressed day. If you think about it, don't do it.
One thing I know for a fact, I would never be a baby mama again. You will be raising your child by yourself. You will solely be the provider doing majority of the work. And not just financially, but it's so much more that comes with raising children. If we do some real healing, that way we attract quality people, we won't be in this game like this. You know what I'm saying? Don't submit to this culture lifestyle, honey. If you don't have kids, leave them right where they are until marriage. I thought it was pride in being a baby mother. Like, that's what I seen in my family. Only if TikTok was prevalent back in my days. When it's time to bring children, if you're thinking about it, first of all, hand in hand, vet that man properly. Make sure that man has the abilities to be your husband first off, and have the abilities to be the father and role model to your future children.
Okay, so if it's one thing that I stand so firmly on, it is not getting baby mama twice. It's a hell no. So yeah, I have one child. She's 6 years old. She's awesome. But there's absolutely nothing in me that will allow myself to be in a situation to be a baby mama for a second time. Meaning, if a man is not about to put a ring on this finger, you not getting no baby out of me. I definitely learned, and I sat my ass down. Giving a man a child is one of the highest honors you can give them. So if you can honor a man by giving him his seed, he should be able to honor you by wifing you up. I will definitely always advocate for doing it the right way, be married and then have kids. Again, a marriage doesn't solidify anything. Like, the man can still up and leave you, can still end up being single, a baby mama, whatever. But there's just certain security that marriage will give you, right? And also, anytime I come on social media, single mamas, baby mamas, always getting bashed. And I'm sick of it. So why would I allow that to happen to myself for a second time? And this is coming from a lady with personal experience. If that man is not wifing you, don't give him no baby. and stand firmly on that, because I am standing firmly on that my next go around whenever I have another child. If I'm not married, no baby.
I don't care what any baby mama.
It's so funny she says that, because she's like, I'm not going to become a baby mama for the second time. Oh no, I ain't going to let that happen to me. I just want to let you know, once you're a baby mama, always a baby mama, baby girl. You know, and it's I get why she was like, all right, I'm going to do it better the next time around. There is no next time around. It sounds, she's like, oh, well, this time, if you want a kid now, you got to put a ring on my finger. What man is going to put a ring on your finger just to correct something you did wrong in your past? You know, like, women you gotta make sense. Your goal is you don't want to be in a bad situation, so you're going to get married now. But what about the man? So the man should marry into a bad situation? You're trying to get out of your situation, and you want a man to marry into that situation? Please make it make sense. You said you wouldn't advocate for someone having a child outside of marriage. Okay, well, now, would you advocate someone marrying a woman who's a single mom? Because, look, I get it. Y'all want to recover. I get it. I'm not against it. I get it. Y'all want to recover. But there's certain things in life that once you do it, there's no coming back from it. And having kids is one of those things. There's no coming back from it. You're stuck with that. And to expect other people to join you in your chaos, and you're making all these demands. Oh, you're going to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Baby girl, we ain't going to do nothing. We ain't going to do a goddamn thing. Listen, and I know a lot of single moms that are well-to-do. I do. I really do. And one lady said, she was like, oh, I wish TikTok was around. Baby girl, there was a lot of information around about not being a single mom, right? And no one ever, since I was a child, since I grew up since from a child to now, I've never seen anyone worship baby moms. I've never seen anyone say, I want to strive to be a single mom, other than women from the hood. I know so many girls from the hood that they knew they were going to be single moms. They knew it. And then when they became a single mom, they regretted it, because single motherhood's glorified. It's glorified in the hood. She said, the other girl prior said it. She's like, I know everyone in my family is a single mom, but just because everyone in your family is doesn't mean it's the right thing. Doesn't mean it's good. Wrong is wrong, even if everybody's doing it, and right is right, even if nobody's doing it. And this is one of those scenarios. A lot of women are not getting married. They're not doing it before they carry. But that's still the right way. And a lot of women are carrying before they marry, and they will most likely, your chances of getting married after you have a child is slim to none. So they'll most likely never get married. Respectfully. And like I said, I wish they could improve the circumstance, but bad ingredients, garbage in is garbage out. It's kind of a sad thing like that. Like, life is a terminal illness. If you make a mistake, there is no coming back. You drink and drive, fall asleep at the wheel, get in a car accident, that might be the end of your life. That's it. There is no coming back. Right? I knew a dude. I used to drive Uber. I met a dude who, I picked him up and he was in a wheelchair. Okay, I mean, you see people in wheelchairs all the time. Anyway, I helped him. I helped him get into the car. I put his wheelchair in my trunk, and we were talking. We had a nice drive. We were driving to Kessler, which is like the rehab facility, if you know anything about Kessler. I was just dropping him off to Kessler, and I asked him, like, I don't want to be in your business, but how did you get into the situation? And he was glad to tell me how he got into that situation. He told me that he's in IT, he's making a bunch of money, he was doing really well for himself, he bought a house. I mean, everything is going well for himself. He said he actually had a girlfriend, it didn't work out, and they broke up. And he was kind of depressed about that. Anyway, he's still living in a brand new house, he threw a party, he has like one of those above ground pools. He had an above ground pool, okay? You can see how this story is going to go. It's going to go really bad, okay? He had an above ground pool, he invited people over to have like a little party, a little get together. People were drinking, people were having a good time. This dude had the bright idea. It's not so bright, but he had the bright idea. He had the bright idea to dive into an above ground pool. Now let me tell you something. if you ever had an above ground pool, like if you ever bought it, they'll tell you. It'll even be written on the pool. Do not dive. Don't dive. Don't do it. This man said he dived headfirst into the pool, went straight to the bottom, cracked his neck, almost drowned. If it wasn't for people there, he could have drowned. But from then on, he was paralyzed from the waist down. I believe he can move his hands and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, if I can remember, probably he wasn't it wasn't like his head is the only thing moved. So I'm pretty sure his from the waist up he moved, but he was paralyzed. One mistake, one bad decision cost him the rest of his livelihood. And that's all it takes. And women, y'all need to learn that this is how it works. I do whatever I want. Y'all think y'all invincible. Y'all think y'all God. Y'all think there ain't no consequence for nothing. And single moms learn fast that once you're a single mom, you don't just wake up and you're not a single mom tomorrow. It might even be worse than a jail sentence, because you could go to jail for 5 years. When you come out, you're out of jail. I mean, you're a felon and blah, blah, but you're done doing your time. A single mom, 5 years later, you're still a mom. And now it's more expensive. Now you got it gets. It's almost like, I don't want to say it gets worse, but as time goes on, it gets harder. It doesn't get easier, because now you have grown children, and for a lot of women who have boys that they can't control, now you got a boy that talk back, and he might be committing crimes and all the nonsense. So think twice before you open up your legs, baby. Think twice.
Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex, and this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
Get ready with me while I talk about all the benefits of having a baby before marriage. All right, that's all. Bye.
Props to the women who hold themselves accountable and put their pride aside to help other women and girls make better choices. Some people cope by doing mental gymnastics and doubling down. Transparent testimonials like these have really solidified for me that if I have kids, it will not be as a baby mama. There's a difference between a baby mama and a single mom. The latter is an all-encompassing term for a woman who has a kid or kids and is single. That could be someone who had a child with her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, or never even had an ex. Maybe she used a donor. Baby mama, on the other hand, implies that you had some sort of involvement with that man, then had his child out of wedlock. You can't predict everything in life. You might do everything right and still become a single mom. But you can.
No. I don't want to hear that. It's so sad that you could get to this point and still not take accountability. She says, becoming a baby mama to a deadbeat. Yeah, that's right. Why do women let deadbeats crack them? It's just like, oh yeah. Bro, it's like, if you want to get laid nowadays, be a bum. If you want a child nowadays, be a bum. It will come to you. Right? Us good guys, even me, like I said, I tell people all the time, people get mad about me, but, I do very well on dating apps. I know dating apps is like the norm now, right? But when I was growing up, no one was on dating apps. If you're, or we didn't have dating apps. It was like dating sites, like websites, meeting people. We should just call meeting people online. I met them online. That was embarrassing to say I met people online. So we used to say, is like, if you meet someone online, just make up a story to say you met them somewhere else. But I'm bringing this up because, I do very well on Hinge. I do very well on these apps. I've got over 500 matches on Hinge by itself. And now I'm on the league, and I'm just tearing it up on the league. And I'm actually trying to avoid a lot of these apps because it's a lot of the same problems. Okay? women don't know how to date. So even though I'm trying to tell you I had all these matches, a lot of girls don't. I guess I have success with women, right? I do have success with women. But I'm so not a bum that I'm unfamiliar to women who are looking for a bum or a deadbeat. A lot of these girls are not getting pregnant by nerds. They're not getting pregnant by good guys. They're getting pregnant by bums. In fact, if you got pregnant by a nerd, he'd probably go out his way to marry you to make sure that you're not a baby mom or a single mom. So none of these women happen to open up their legs for a well-to-do man, a God-fearing man. None of them. They're all letting some bum, some loser hit it, crack it. And this to me is the biggest issue with women nowadays. One, they follow their own lead. They think, oh, I don't need no one can tell me nothing. I don't need no man. And what happens is that mindset leads them right into single motherhood. Like completely. You don't follow a man, you don't trust men, blah, blah. Right into single motherhood. Okay? And it's a recurring cycle. Your mom was a single mom. Your grandma was a single mom. You were a single mom. Your sister, your cousin, your auntie. Y'all all, yeah, and none of y'all realize none of this shit working out for y'all. Y'all all keep doing it. In fact, the more women in your family single moms, the more likelihood you're going to be a single mom. But who's going to wake up and break the curse? My sister said, I'm not going to do it. It's so interesting to watch my sister, but my sister had her dad. She had her father, right? We both had our fathers. I remember since a young age, she's telling me she ain't never going to be like this. And, you know, my older, like that's my sister I grew up, my younger sister. My older sister, you know, she got multiple baby daddies. Shout out to her. Beautiful girl, but her dad wasn't around, so she didn't have that leadership. She followed her own lead. This is what happens when women follow their own lead. And if you follow their lead, they're going to lead you to disaster too. Okay? So, listen, women are very interesting creatures, but they can't follow, they can't lead. They can't. Because if they lead themselves into despair. Okay, and we have proof of this. You know, Genesis chapter 3. You know, when the serpent convinced Eve to eat from the apple or eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Right? When God told her not to do it. He said, if you do, you will die. And what did the serpent say? Oh, you won't die. you won't die. And she believed him. She believed him. And the same thing is happening now. Women were taught feminism, and they believe it. Oh, you don't need a man. Get out there, go and get a job. They're taught free sex, the free sex movement, right? The whole free sex movement was like, you could sleep with whoever you want, whenever you want. America wasn't like this all the time. America, the free sex movement was what, in the 60s or the 50s? So we have less than 100 years of this nonsense. Like, single motherhood, baby momhood did not even exist. Even back in slave times. In slave times, black people were more married and they grew up in two households, even when they were slaves. So we even rise against slavery with this nonsense and staying together, and not because we had God, we had morals. Even though we weren't that smart, we still got married. And we weren't smart not because we didn't have the ability, because we weren't allowed to read and write. You weren't allowed to teach a slave how to read and write in this country. And even though slaves couldn't read and write, they were less single moms that were slaves or freed slaves than right now. Imagine that. Imagine that. Why? Because everyone back then had Christ. Okay? Everybody had a relationship with God, and everyone knew to stay a virgin until you're married. Only a few people disobeyed that, and they paid the consequences for it. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.